Hey everyone, what is up? I am Charlie Shrem, and you are listening and watching Untold Stories, where twice a week together we get to talk to and dive deep with some of the coolest people in the room, the smartest folks that I've met and get the opportunity to interface with in this industry to really find out where we're going and more importantly, like how we got here and how we came to be and to have some fun doing it. Today, I'm very excited because I get to sit here and talk to someone who I think we've become friends, David Gokhshtein. David, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. Like, this is an honor. Not even a pleasure, it's an honor. So thank you, Charlie.
Well, so you began Gokhshtein Media in 2012, which is a community based platform that consists of market analysis, real time market updates. But you started G Media, and I kept finding you involved in the middle of deals, in the middle of conversations. Your name kept coming up. And I found you also host Gokhshtein Unfiltered, and previously, and hopefully we'll bring it back, Blockchain Breakfast. People can find your content online. You're a writer, you're a member and you're a contributing writer for the Forbes Finance Council. And I kept finding you involved in stuff. So I said, we need to talk. We need to have you guys, we need to have you on the show to figure out what's going on some of the underbelly in the social media world that kind of powers, sometimes for the negative, the crypto space. And really, um, I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite crypto meme?
Whatever Elon Musk puts out
Right,
there.
what anything he tweets is awesome. Anything he tweets is amazing. How's it going today?
Good. I can't complain. We're all breathing, right? So it's it's always exciting to be to jump on and just get to work and put some great content out there for the people and jump on shows like this. I mean, truly, I'm a fanboy right now. This is an honor to go ahead and be on this show and talk to you. You're an OG, man.
Thank you.
Told you that before when we first met. That
Yeah, when we
uh,
first I appreciate that, and when we first met and started talking, I noticed that, you really had a good understanding of, like, the social media cycles, I guess, if you will, as it relates. I look at the past 10 years of Bitcoin and crypto, and I look at it as a course of its history, and I try to attach events that took place and then the social interactions that we all have with each other on various mediums and how that's changed. I like to investigate that. So if you look at the early days of Bitcoin and how it really only existed on like Bitcoin Talk and IRC networks, and then eventually moved over to really Reddit and eventually Twitter in a very big way. And now, and it's I hate to say it, but it's largely been centralized in central locations. Do you think that's changing? Now I see Clubhouse is huge, podcasting, YouTube. Are we finally decentralizing our social media within the crypto space? Are we like as our community has like have these anchor or focal places that we like to hang out?
I think we are. I think honestly, what got the ball rolling because I sit on there every single night. We have this show called Crypto Fireside Chat. And like we have episodes like episode 1, 2, we're up to like episode 16.
Oh, so you're
And
on
we just have a
Clubhouse all the time. You're loving it.
all the time. All the time. I love it. It's just one, you don't have honestly, you don't have the negativity on there. You can't troll. Like you can't come on there and troll anybody because you're gonna have to answer back. So if you're gonna troll, it's just gonna be a real quick comment. So either two things happen. One, you're gonna get kicked out. Two, you're gonna just run out yourself.
Sure.
Uh Thing is you sit back and you just talk to people and like you're connecting. Like we've lost obviously during the pandemic, we've lost, that in person, meetings now, like,
Sure.
conferences and all. And now we get to sit on Clubhouse and interact again, hear somebody's voice and sit there and there's a lot of people that come on there and they for the most part on Clubhouse, people want to know more about cryptocurrency, digital assets, how do they work, what's blockchain, and it's just the perfect medium to just sit there and have a conversation, simplify it for people and get more people into this space. It's amazing. Honestly, like I really think Clubhouse has changed the game. It has changed the game and it's taken us into that direction that you were talking about, like decentralization.
Yeah. And so, like, it's a stupid question, but people would say, like, are NFTs or DeFi the ICOs of 2020? And I'm assuming your answer would be no, because on Clubhouse, you're not seeing people say, like, how do I buy this? How do I buy this? How do I buy this? It's like, what is this? How does it work? I don't understand. Explain it to me. How is this going to, like, what type of questions do you see over and over and over again in our industry right now in Clubhouse?
How does Bitcoin work? What's blockchain? Um, Big talk right now, obviously, you just stated NFTs. What's NFTs? Like, for me personally, like when I get into it, I tell people, I've always looked at NFTs, uh, where I believe NFTs will be really, really good for real estate. But like
I
now we're
agree.
talking about, I think real estate's perfect. Listen, imagine yourself owning a piece of property that you've never stepped on. Like that's going to be cool. That's some really cool stuff. But like right now, the big thing is people running like, oh, these NFT moments from the NBA Top Shot. I mean, like
I own a
this is
painting.
awesome.
I own a self-portrait of a homeless guy and that I bought because I looked at him when he made the self-portrait in New York, actually a homeless guy in the street, and he was selling his art. And I just looked at him and I in his face, I was like, wow, you perfectly captured an emotion that I have sometimes, like this PTSD abandonment emotion. And I bought it.
Yeah,
And now years later, he's like not famous, but he's got a Instagram account and stuff. He's Instagram famous. He just emailed me asking me if he can NFT that painting that I have hanging in my house. And then
that's
but I
awesome.
don't why would I do that? Like, let's walk through that case right there. What's going on there?
Listen, it's really simple. I like to keep it blunt. It's right now the NFT market is hot. Any art you put up there is going to sell. I mean, look what's selling. It's no disrespect, and I told this to a few people who came into the room telling me about crypto punks. I don't know if you've seen them,
Back in the
but
day, right? Earlier or now?
it's like these little pixels of like just
Oh,
it
yeah.
looks like Nintendo.
They're like
Like if you go
sprites.
back to like yeah, it
Yeah,
just
yeah, the little animation sprites.
they're selling for $1.4 million.
Yeah, yeah, Beeple just sold his art for 3.5 million. He just sold something for.
But look at these numbers. The
I know.
numbers are crazy.
Now, does the ownership come with the physical painting, or is there no physical? Because I
Well,
appreciate digital art. I'm not an anti like, I respect digital artists a lot. There's a gentleman here who lives in Florida, and he is the best artist I've ever met. I own 2 of his, uh, and it's digital art. He drew it digitally, on I don't know how he did it, like what medium he used or what hardware he used, but he drew this, so it's not like it's ink, but it's digital art, but it's unique. Even though he can print a million copies of it, so now I could see how the NFT situation would work there because it's now hanging on my wall and it's proving ownership. But I guess I'm trying to understand a little bit. And I didn't mean for this to be like an NFT show.
no,
I'm
it's
trying to
fine.
I'm trying to understand. I guess I'm trying to understand, like, where are we in the crypto hype cycle right now as we were in 2014 and 2017?
I think we're leaving. I think we're leaving DeFi right now,
Are we?
and we're heading into. Well, I think DeFi is still going to be important. I think. Look, when DeFi came out in about what was it? DeFi's been around since Bitcoin is DeFi. But at
Sure.
the end of the day, the new, DeFi and the word yield was put in, and now, oh my God, this new space DeFi, right? And yield, oh my God, I need some yield at APY. Um, but that started around March, April, and that big boom where everybody was just jumping into anything that was, anything called DeFi, anything that had yield on. But now I feel like slowly the hype is all around NFTs. Look, Gary V came out and just he's tweeting daily. Like every tweet and every video that he's coming out with seems to be about, it's not seems, it is about NFTs and how NFTs are the future. For him, it's trading cards. For him, he's a
But
big
they're so
trading card collector.
short-sighted. They're
They
very
are.
short. They don't understand. Most of these guys who are tweeting don't even know what NFT stands for, and they don't understand what the difference between a fungible and a non-fungible token is.
But everybody understands what money is, and they see an opportunity to
Sure.
go ahead and make money. Like to one guy who I was talking to on Clubhouse, he was like, Honestly, we don't look at 1.4 million. We look like we bought it for 500 Ethereum, or we bought it for one Bitcoin. Like they
Oh,
don't see that
they're
number.
pricing it in crypto.
Correct, which is cool. Now, that's, if we're heading in that route where people are pricing things by crypto standards, that's awesome. We're maturing as a space. We're not talking about like me when I came out and said, "Oh my God, $1.3 million
Sure.
for a little pixel of an animal." Like, I mean, I that's kind of like that's
I see
somebody's
your
made it.
point. It's like okay, so let's say Ether is worth like $2,000, right? You're saying that a lot of the industry are folks, and because crypto is so big now and so many people are holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other coins and tokens, that someone's not looking at spending 1,000 ETH, which is, $200,000 or whatever. They're not looking, right? Is that no? It's $2 million, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really. It's crazy. Wow. Someone's not
a
looking
lot
at
of money.
spending like $1 million. They're saying I had 1,000 ETH, and now it's I made another 200 ETH profit. So it's like
Correct.
that's the baseline now. Interesting thought.
That's awesome.
It
But
is.
that's awesome if we're, well, that's what it's all about, right? And you know, that's to me, when you hear people talk like that, especially again, I keep saying Clubhouse, but because Clubhouse is the hottest thing right now.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
just you actually get somebody to be extremely detailed about what they're trying to go ahead and get across. Where on Twitter you're limited, obviously, to 200. What is it, 240
I don't
characters?
even know. Yeah.
And I don't go on Facebook. So like, I'm not on Facebook, and I'm not, yeah, I have Instagram, but I'm not taking selfies of myself. So, at the end of the day, I'm sitting on Clubhouse, and it's enjoyable
Yeah.
to listen to.
I
Listen, whether
enjoy.
I agree with it or disagree, I listen, I just like hearing.
There needs to be a way to go into Clubhouse without people, because the problem is whenever I want to go into a crypto, and I'm not saying this with an ego, whenever go into a crypto related room, always what happens is whoever's talking stops talking and asks me to talk. But I just want to learn too, because I know it's crazy to think, but I don't know everything about Bitcoin or crypto. I'm learning new things all the time. I read the white paper. Right now, if I open up the Bitcoin white paper, there half of it I still don't understand. Of course, no one expects us to understand and to know everything. We're constantly learning. We'll be learning till the day we die. If I'm sitting on my deathbed, David, you're going to be standing next to me. Well, my wife will be standing next to me. But you'll be on the other side. You'll be like, Charlie, this is NFT DeFi. This is new. It's like 80 years from now. Never stop learning. It's
Well,
so
that's
important.
what I mean, I agree with you on that topic. I mean, like I tell everybody that, like, who's an expert in this field? I mean, look, obviously, if I see you come into a room, I'm gonna be like, let's get Charlie on. I
Yeah.
get where you're coming from. I do kind of like, look, I'm not as, I have
Yeah,
no
but you're
ego.
someone who's known in the space, so I'm sure this happens to you too.
It does, and I don't want to talk.
Sure.
And like people want me to talk, I don't want to talk. Honestly, I want to learn. Like I'm eager to learn. And like anybody who says like they know everything, like those are the type of people I don't want to listen to. Because like nobody's, I really don't believe there's an expert in the space. We do have OGs like yourself that know
It's
a
a good way to
lot, that
put
have
it.
been through a lot, but like we don't have an expert yet. I don't know I mean, we're 5 maybe 6 years away from that expert title to be,
Oh,
branded
that's a
on
good point.
somebody.
Yeah, you've gotta be around for a super long time to be an expert, because it's considered an opinion here. All right, guys. So with a pretty crazy chaotic year behind us, we've got 200 reasons to put your Bitcoin to the test, courtesy of my friends at Bitcasino. And I've gotten you an amazing, amazing offer. You have to go to bitcasino.io/Shrem to get it. But all you have to do is wager 5 MBTC, small amount, wager 5 MBTC or more on Bitcasino on any slot, and you get 200 free spins to their Legacy of Dead game. You get 200 free spins, 200 spins to win more money for free. And all you have to do is do one slot bet. I love these guys. Bitcasino was ahead of the crypto game before that game even got going. The original Bitcoin led online gaming destination. They really, really, really push and to continue to set the standard for fun, fast, and fair gameplay. Because you have the blockchain, you might as well be fair and transparent while you're at it. Deposit, wager, and withdraw in Bitcoin, Ethereum, TRON, LiteCoin, so many cryptos, all in real time, all the time with Bitcasino. Moving right along. Hey guys, it's Charlie. And remember that time we interviewed Anthony Trenchev from Nexo Finance? Well, they are on a roll right now, offering 5.9% APR on your crypto credit. You'll be able to borrow at less than 6% on some of your crypto. They got a savings account that's offering 12% interest a year. And now they have an integrated exchange so you can trade between all your cryptos without ever leaving their integrated wallet. It's so amazing. Make sure you check it out at nexo.io and start earning interest, start managing your assets, because crypto banking just got real with Nexo. I love that. That's awesome. I love Nexo. It's such a great company. I want you guys to take a moment and check out what the folks and my newest sponsors over at KAVA Labs are doing, because up until now, whenever you do anything related to DeFi, like borrowing, lending, loans, bonds, stable coins for Binance, Huobi, Kraken, or all these different places, they actually have been using KAVA Labs on the back end. And now you can get those same APYs and those same awesome features that these financial institutions have been getting. You can get them too. All you have to do is go to kava.io and check it out. But on top of that, KAVA and Binance, working for International Women's Month, have been launching a $50,000 prize pool that's ending this week. All you have to do is go to Binance or click the link in my show notes. You'll be able to go on there, trade $100. All you do is trade $100 and you get cards that you're entered into drawings that you can get up to $50,000, a part of a prize pool. Make sure you check them out, kava.io. Let's move on, not move on, but let's kind of like investigate further, unpack a little bit more the fungibility aspect of this. So you look at something like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and every other blockchain out there. You look at their circulating supply or their maximum supply. A fungible token are ones that have that. So you have 1,000,000, 100 million of these tokens, and they're all the same. All, if they're a Bitcoin related blockchain, they consist of hundreds of billions of unspent inputs and outputs, just all meshing with each other. There's no one token or one input and output, one unspent input is no different than another one. They're all the same. And the whole point is that there's equality and fairness in this market. There should be it shouldn't matter who is sending the money. It's the money itself. It's not the who or the where or the what. There shouldn't be blacklisted. But now we look at non-fungible tokens, and these are essentially like highly unique tokens. So let's talk about real estate for a second. But before we do, with art, are they releasing tokens that are just like one token to represent one painting? Or are these like non-fungible tokens that are released as like series of 10 or 20 of them? And then lastly, like how would you then apply it to real estate? Like what's in your vision? Because I have some thoughts on that too.
Well, you can either mint one of one. You can go on and mint. Okay, I have this art piece. Uh, I'm just gonna create one NFT, and whoever wants it, they can go ahead and bid for it, and that's it. That it's theirs. Or you can go ahead and say, you know what, I'll make 50 of these, and I'll price them out all at one Ethereum, and God bless whoever buys them buys them. And that's to me, that's how I see. That's how I see it. That's how I know, and that's how I'm educated about it. To go further into it, I'd probably do a disservice to the entire NFT community, and they'll go ahead and bash the hell out of me. But I know that that's how you can do it on Rarible. Rarible is one of the sites that I've used to play around with, just to go ahead and.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
been doing
on.
these sketches and I'm putting them on for like 50 cents to see if anybody will buy my artwork. It's just like it's fun to play around with, but like the ultimate goal is real estate for me with the NFT market. I really believe like the real estate aspect is really cool, and I think the trading cards are actually uh, going to work out with NFTs because I don't know if you've seen like the amount of money people are spending on
This
these
is
NBA
crazy.
cards. It's
Yeah.
crazy,
So like I'm on Rarible now. This is crazy. And it's an NFT
right?
marketplace. And then I type Shrem. and there's 2,500 things that come up here. So there's 2,500. I'm on OpenSea.io now, and there's 2,500. And there is a rareable Charlie Shrem NFT that's owned by some random person. I have no idea. And it's just a picture. It's like it's an animation of a picture that I took. Someone just animated a picture. And this thing is
Crazy,
sold
right?
for 10 ETH, 13 Ether,
I have somebody took my name, Charlie.
$20,000 for a fucking animation of me. I get none of that. Jesus.
No, and you can't do nothing about it. And look, somebody took my name, the NSC, what is it? ENS name, David Gokhshtein dot
ENS or whatever.
ETH.
Yeah, ETH.
Yeah, they have it up there for sale for like 15 ETH. And he's telling I'm not paying ETH. I don't care. Keep it.
This is my fear with this. This is my fear with this. We all thought securities were the Howey test, were all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
But we learned that securities are really anything. If you give someone anything and they expect a return on that thing. So if I give you, if you give me $1 and I'm giving you this piece of paper because I'm telling you this piece of paper is going to go up in fucking value and I'm the issuer of that piece of paper, that's security. If I'm painting something and I'm selling it, or if I'm drawing a digital piece and I'm selling it for profit, that's one thing. But if I'm selling it because I believe there's a speculative value on it, what's the line here? And I'm confused. Not that you're a securities lawyer or anything, but that's kind of like
No,
that's my
I'm not a
fear.
lawyer. I'm not an attorney, and I didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn. So,
What does that mean?
but I don't
Oh,
know
like a
those
jail. Oh,
commercials.
that's
Like
funny.
I don't know if you remember.
That's a great term.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor, but I did sleep in a Holiday Inn, right? But no, like I had the same question yesterday that I actually really asked about this. I was like, when are they gonna come attack the NFT space? And say, well, the NFT, we see NFTs as securities. It's a really gray area. It's like
Yeah.
I
It
really
scares me a
don't have
little
an
bit.
answer. Like how
A lot of people will look at
I,
NFTs and see the greed and want to issue them. And so I'm kind of bringing this up as a little bit of a warning. It's like, yeah, look,
but if I sell you something, Charlie, like if I sold you a painting, like I painted it, I sold it to you, is that a security?
no, but
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 then
let's go
I
further. What if
mean,
you're a famous artist and you have pre-Instagram, and you sell me a painting and let's be real, like everyone buys art. There's not one person who'll be like on the stand tell you right now that they're not buying art for even a small speculative reason. You buy it because it's going to be worth something in higher as much as you love it. So so what's the line? So now that so
a
before
lot of people don't think that way, Charlie. Though
Before, it was because you were issuing these tokens that were gonna be built, like something was gonna be built that you can eventually be worth something. But here, you're actually selling the actual item. It's a digital item.
it's just digitalized. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't honestly, Charlie. I don't
Crypto
like.
lawyers will
To
have fun
me,
with
I look
this.
at this. I made a painting. Yes, it's digital. I'm sending it to you, and you bought it from me. Yeah, I agree with your argument where I can buy like something from Picasso right now at an auction. I'm buying it, and in the future, I know it's going to have more value. I'm going to sell it off and make like 200, $300,000 on it. Hopefully, but it's kind of it's the same way. I think you have to. I mean, I kind of look at the art like Vesa. He's a real good artist in this space. I mean, like he produces art. I mean, if I want to buy it, I'm buying it because I like the art.
Yeah.
A lot of people are just buying it because they like the art behind it
I'm
and not
having him
buying
on the
it
show,
to do a
actually.
resell. Who Vesa? Oh,
Yeah,
Vesa's phenomenal.
he'll be on Untold
Oh,
Stories. But his art is too expensive for me.
but listen, listen again. I get it, but like that's what he was. He's the OG. He's
Yeah.
the OG in the game when it comes to He was always talking about NFTs and crypto art. So and finally it's here.
What type of clients have you worked with, in the past and now, in the industry? And are those clients, like, looking at NFTs? What are they looking at kind of like DeFi? How do they approach these things?
Which type of clients though?
So
'Cause,
like you have your podcast, you have podcast
yeah,
sponsors, I'm sure. You have social media clients on your on marketing and consulting and things like that.
they all right now the whole everything's turned to NFTs.
It's
Like I don't
crazy.
have one talk where it's like, something other than, well, I would say 90% has turned to NFTs because there's no charting in NFTs. There's no TA. There's no FA. It's very easy. I'm going to create this piece and here you go. I had a client where, hey, we created an NFT to go ahead. So the NFT will give you the title to my Rolex, which is
But
okay.
what's the Rolex?
Well, I'm going to sell you my Rolex and I'm going to give you the NFT for it. And the NFT basically has the title, which is signed that it's an actual Rolex. So it's, edition 178. And I'm transferring the title off to you so you can go ahead and now put it onto your wallet so you can have the certificate that it is an actual Rolex. So, I mean,
That
people are using
works.
NFTs for, I mean, they're using it in that sense. Um, you have the real estate, though. The real estate, when I talk about real estate, buying pieces of real estate with using NFTs. To me, that's going to be the big thing. If anything, that's the big thing.
Owning pieces of real estate, or we're talking about owning like buildings, or we're talking about like financing different real estate or everything.
It can apply to everything.
Is anyone
I
talking
think
about
that
that?
I think it just applies to everything. And like you have people that are starting to go and obviously as soon as people start talking about it, people are listening and they start creating. And I think there's one or two projects already that have started up. I don't know their names, but they're already started up and they're focusing on taking NFTs and selling you pieces of a building and you can you'll get a certificate in an NFC. I mean, this is wild. I mean, I'm telling you, like this is the wild west right
It
now.
is. It is the wild, wild west, and it's getting crazy because it's like a lot of experimentation and exploration, but not in a way that like people are getting scammed or defrauded, which is what I really like. It's not. It's finally like we can have fun with this industry in not really a negative way. And speaking of fun, we were talking earlier, um, and kind of like on the same thread of everything being digital. You're thinking about moving down here to Florida. What
Absolutely, 100%.
what do you think the future of New York City is? I'm a like you. We went to similar high schools in the same area and everything. You're just a little bit older than me, but we're the same age, so we both love New York City. What's the future?
I honestly like. Should I paint the horrific picture or should I just? I'm
It's
a,
gonna be medium of the road. It always is. Maybe good, then bad, bad, good, but it eventually like things taper themselves out.
it seems like we always survive everything.
Yeah.
Like we've been through a lot, New Yorkers, and we usually come out. We come out of the rubble and we're always good, man. We always find a way. But like this is like I've never seen so many trucks packing.
Right?
I've never seen so many people like there's so many trucks outside packing their stuff up.
But it's not because
And
of
just
COVID. It's because of years of just whatever, and then we all hate the
maybe
mayor.
yeah. I mean,
COVID
I
was the
think COVID has
catalyst.
just pushed it. I
Yeah.
mean, COVID just accelerated the process of we're getting out of the city. It's too congested, and we're moving to New Jersey. We're moving to North Carolina. Like this is all my friends.
What
We're
are the
moving to
common
North
threads
Carolina.
that your friends are looking for when they're moving?
We want space. We want
Space.
space, less tax. Tired of you know the grind. I can go ahead and buy a house for $200,000. You imagine? It's like you can for $1.1 million you get a sardine can in New
Yeah, New
York.
York. It's crazy.
You, so you take 300, $400,000. You move down south, you get a mansion.
Yeah.
So why does anybody want to live here? Like that's really it. The cost of living, the taxes, it's crazy. It really is crazy. Uh, I want to move. Honestly, I like what the mayor is doing in Miami. I really love what he's doing there, making it like a tech city. And listen, it's tax friendly, it's business friendly. Why not? Listen, not even Miami. If Orlando decides to do it, or Tampa, like if these mayors are deciding to
Yeah,
say,
it's
you know
all
what,
over the
guys,
it's not just the mayor, it's the governor and it's the way the state is run, I think, and it's
and
how every city's different. You have to I tell people like just drive the whole coast of Florida, the west and east coast, and just stay where you like because it's going to be different. I stayed where I stayed because we liked it here, but we did that. We drove around the whole place and we stayed where we liked.
Charlie, you grew up, you're from New York.
Mm.
Tell me that you don't like. Maybe maybe I'm a Southern kid at heart, but I can go to Florida and just relax. Like I can get the work done,
Yep.
but I can just relax. It's slower pace. It's like, listen, I just want to enjoy now. Like I want to enjoy,
Yeah.
and I want to be able to build without. Listen, you're always going to have stress and everything, but just want to build without having all these regulations. Like there's less regulations in Florida. Uh, There's there are
It's
less
more relaxed.
regulations in
So
Florida than New York.
things are like slower in that it's moves slower, but things are perfected. So like there's just
Yeah,
no you never feel rushed. So like you walk into a store, it's not that the person is going slow. It's just that you yourself are just like there's no rush. I didn't
you're calm.
it wasn't stressful to park. It wasn't stressful to get here. It wasn't stressful to walk in. There's no stress. It wasn't stressful to deal with the person you're talking to. Dude, yesterday I was recording yesterday we were going to record a show here and I was in the studio and I recorded some ads and I walked downstairs right after this time yesterday. Walked right downstairs. I took the elevator downstairs, opened the door, in the street, I see there's a little coffee shop next to little cafe tables. I see a gentleman sitting on a chair, white shirt, tie, drinking a coffee by himself, reading a newspaper by himself. I look at him and I say, "Good morning, Mr. Mayor." That's my fucking mayor, sitting having a coffee
Oh,
by himself. That's where I
that is
live.
awesome.
And we just had a whole conversation. He knew of me. I knew of him. I voted for him. We were just joshing. And I said, "I'm sorry if I'm bothering you. I don't know if you're expecting." He's like, "Nope, just having a cup of coffee." Like, no security. Isn't that great? That's government right there. You can talk to the people that represent you on the national stage. It's beautiful.
That is awesome. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna have that here. You're not
No,
gonna
no,
have
never.
that here.
You ever see De Blasio on the street? He punched me in the face. He doesn't like me. I don't like him.
Do you even want to talk to him?
No,
Like it's just like no, just like listen. Andrew Yang is running
I like
to
him.
become mayor. I do
I
too.
like him if I don't look at any of his politics because I just think New York needs a person to just be like a good, like pusher forwarder type of person. Does that make
For
sense?
sure. For sure, but he's not gonna get anything passed.
Yeah, he won't, but he'll make everyone happy.
Okay, Charlie. I'm happy that everybody will be happy, but it's not the right. It's not. I think the point when we talk about regulations, right, and rules, it's not that we want to do something.
Illicit.
Want to do like yeah. I mean, it's not. It has nothing to do with that. We just want clarity. Give me
It's a
clarity and relax the rules and keep innovation here. That's like been my mantra. Like let's keep innovation here. Why do they have to, Charlie, why do people have to move? Why do people have to leave the United States of America and go to Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania to go ahead and be in blockchain or produce a project? I mean, like this, it's crazy. Like this is it. We're not doing anything illegal. It's technology, and technology is ever evolving. Relax, relax. Collect tax
I
dollars.
agree.
Make it fair though. Make it
Yeah.
fair. Capital gains taxes on every single thing that you purchase with stop.
Yeah, and it's
Stop.
also double-sided. It's like you just go to IRS website and you look at some of their documents and you see at one side like Bitcoin is convertible property. It's property, it's property, crypto's property. Okay, so like let me do my tax strategy. 1031 exchange. I sell a house, I make profit, I sell Bitcoin, let me buy a house with it. Let me transfer you there's a tax strategy around that where you basically pay the taxes at a later date instead of every time there's a transaction. Let us do that. No, Bitcoin is not property in that when it comes to. So it's like you said, it's just that we want clarity. We want to be able to do what we want to do without having to worry that we're going to jail, Holiday Inn or whatever,
Ex- ex- Listen, I remember when we talked and you said back in what I think it was, you said 2012. I was like, you were out there. I asked you a question. I was like, you were out there and you were promoting the space. You're an OG. You were out there with the others. You were just like, you were making sure people heard about us. And you were like, no, I was fighting for survival. Like I was fighting to survive, so I don't go back to my 9 to 5.
Yep.
Like,
Don't want to ever
and
have
that
to
hit
have
me. I
a
was like,
real job ever again or whatever.
yeah, but that hit me like, hold on, holy shit. He was like, he's being sorry about the cussing.
No, it's fine.
Like,
There's no FCC here.
yeah, like
FCC, they you don't me. They try to take down me. What's the Eminem song or whatever?
the FCC.
But that's a perfect
Yeah,
example. This
this goes.
I own
Yeah,
this
yeah,
distribution. This is my show, my distribution. You can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, obviously within reason, because I'm a
yeah.
moral person. But this is my distribution. It's like freedom. So, I think, and this is kind of like the thread of this show, and I like how we ended up being able to follow. And thank you to my writers who do such great work for us here. Is that sovereignty? Tools. What have you been doing? What do you talk about? You're a motivational speaker, G Media, Gokhshtein Media. You're on Clubhouse. You're talking to people. You represent clients. What is it all about? At the end of the day, it's creating the tools, the software, and the information to let every person be their own person and have that freedom to do and to use the 24 hours in the day the way we want to use it. Simple.
Correct. I mean, I listen. I might be on social media too much. I think I grind away about 15 hours a day on social media, and my main mission, whether it sounds corny to people, but that is to onboard people into this
I love
space.
it. Thank you
Period.
for doing that. Thank you for doing that. And how can my listeners find you on the internet and follow some of your writings and social media and things like that?
Gokhshteinmedia.com. If you can't spell it, it'll come out on Google. I promise you. If you just put like GOK, it'll just
I'll I'll have it in the
connect you
show
with
notes.
it. Yeah. But Gokhshteinmedia.com, we are hiring, like we've went on a hiring spree, and we will continue to build and build, and we're just putting out great content. I really do believe that the content is great, and it's really the content that's coming out. It's simplified to make sure that we can onboard every single person that is interested in coming into this space. Because if we start talking to people in coding, they're
Yeah.
just not going to be interested, and then going to leave, and they'll come back 5 years later because they'll be disappointed that they didn't get in early. And of course, like I always say, we're still early. This is still early.
I love it. I love it. The Wild West. That's a beautiful message. It's like day one in the crypto space. Well, David, thank you. That's all the time we have for today. I really appreciate you taking the time on coming on Untold Stories. I'm your host, Charlie Shrem. The show is produced by Blockworks.co, a media and production company that I trust and love. Without them, the show wouldn't even be there to be here today. Make sure you check them out at Blockworks.co. Thank you so much, my producers, the writers, the account executives, everyone who makes the show possible. You are listening and watching Untold Stories, and I will see you guys next week.